Hey everyone, Homerstar here, and welcome to the game collection update for 2025. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. There's no need for any if you're new here, this is just me going over all the new games I've got last year, and just showing them off because I've done the claim collection videos for all my consoles, and so at the end of every year I just do an update where I just show all the games I got. So yeah, just gonna go straight into it. So we'll start off with PS1, and first up we've got WCW Backstage Assault. This is considered to be the worst wrestling game ever made, I believe. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I only got it because I want to get as many of the wrestling games as I can, and obviously WCW is kind of weird because it's doesn't exist anymore, so it's kind of fun to see games based on them. I mean, so this is as you can see, it's called Backstage Assault, so it's only backstage brawls. There's no in-ring stuff. It's only just, and it's very not good. I mean, I don't know if you can see the graphics. You can just see the graphics do not look good. It's all blocky, and that's this came out around the same time as the SmackDown games, the very first SmackDown games. And when you see how much better those are compared to this one, yeah, I mean, this is the last WCW game that ever got released, I believe. Yes, this is the last WCW game because then they were going to make one for the PS2. And then that got cancelled, obviously, when WCW bought them out, when WCW went out of business and WWE bought them. And I think that then became Def Jam Vendetta, I believe. I don't know if that's true. I just feel like I heard that once, that the cancelled WCW game became Def Jam. So, yeah. Not much to say else to say here. It's not good, but again, part of the collection. I wanted it. Next up, game from my childhood. Super happy to finally get it again. Rugrats Studio Tour. Yeah, I love this. I love the Rugrats games on PS1. I don't care what people say. I know they're not, I know objectively speaking, they're not good. But I don't care. They're fun. They're silly and kind of... I mean, this one's not as good as Search for Reptiles. This is effectively a minigame compilation. And, I legit beat it in, 2 hours or something, 2-3 hours. So it's not a long game, but... I don't know. Nostalgia. It was just fun to play it again. And, yeah, that's pretty much all to say. I'm obviously going to be doing my games I beat video later, probably in a few days. So I'll talk more about games like this in that video. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. And next up, another part of my sort of collection of trying to get is all the FIFAs on console. So this is FIFA 98. Yeah, it's just a FIFA on PS1. Not much else to say here. Just again, it's just fun to play these old... It's just interesting to play these old FIFA games. Yeah, not much else to say about this one. It's just another FIFA, and there'll be another FIFA. There'll actually be a couple more FIFAs coming up, so yeah, sorry, but again, it's part of my thing of wanting to get a FIFA on every console. Yep. Next up, here we go. Here's the king. Here's the best game I got all year. Bob the Builder. Okay, bit of context around this one. So I did have this game when I was younger. And so one of the things I've wanted to do is I have wanted to build up my game collection, build up my old nostalgic PS1 collection. Obviously, Bod Builder was there, but also because I became an uncle this year. My brother and his fiance, they gave birth to their first child, and so I've obviously been looking at all the stuff I had when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, Bod Builder. When he's a little bit older and he can understand PlayStation games and that, I'll play Bod Builder with him, and I think he'll like it. I did play through it. I mean, obviously, it's very, very simple, very, very simple. But I think for young children, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, I'm gonna have to try and get the Teletubbies game now because he really likes Teletubbies. So next time I go to the retro shop, I'll try and see if I can get Teletubbies, and he can enjoy that. Yep. Last up for the PS1, Revolt. So this is I think this is definitely well known more as a PC game. I think the console ports aren't great. I think it's quite fun. I mean, I remember I heard about this game years ago with a very old NerdCube video. One of my favourites of his, one of my favourite videos from him is he plays the PC version of this. Yeah, the PS1 version is nowhere near as good. It's definitely a lot more smaller. Not as many races in each race, and obviously the graphics aren't as good and that. But it's still pretty fun. I still had a lot of good. I still enjoyed playing this one, and I really liked playing it. And yeah, again, I've not played much of it. I played a bit of it, but it was just one of those games where I just remembered watching those videos and wanting it. So when I finally saw it in the retro shop, I finally got it. So yeah, I definitely would recommend it. Again, if you're going to get it, probably play the PC version. I mean, from what I can gather, the PC version is free. because like this game isn't owned by anyone anymore. I think or maybe something happened where it got purchased by someone recently. I don't know. You might have to do some research on that. But yeah, it's pretty decent. Next up is the only N64 game I got this year, and again, it's FIFA 99. Yeah, just another FIFA. Again, it is fun going back to these old FIFA games as well. Like I say, it's like seeing the teams. I don't know if it was this one or the PS1 game where on the England team was Gareth Southgate, which is quite funny because obviously he was the England manager like this year. Obviously he retired from the role or whatever. But yeah, it's just, again, it's part of my collection. I will one day probably want to do a video on it. I want to try and get them all first, and then I'll hopefully do the video where I sort of play through them or something. Like maybe I'll just do a thing where it's like, oh, how quickly can I score a goal in all the FIFAs or something. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. Right, next up we've got the PS2. Now this first one is actually a unique case because this is actually a game I forgot to mention in my initial game collection video. And I think when you see the case, you'll understand why I forgot it. So yeah, this is a PS2 game. This is like a very old like game, like from the game store. Where it's like, obviously they didn't have the case or anything, they just had the disc and the instruction book, which obviously Scott was constantly mentions, like, you know, how do you lose the case but not everything else and everything, like, and that. But like, yeah, so we've had this for years, and because you just look at the case and you don't think of anything, you just don't know, you know, it doesn't look like anything, so I forget that I have it a lot of times. So what game is it? You'll see here. Sims! Yeah, the very first Sims game on PS2. Me and my brother, we had lots of fun playing this when we were younger. We used to make ourselves, and we used to have like our friends in like houses and that. We used to play around with them. Yeah, it was really fun. I think this is the one that also has like the single player mode, but I don't think we ever really did that. We just like playing the free play mode, and yeah, that's really sort of it. I haven't played it for years because why would I play the PS2 version when I've got it on PC? So yeah, that's all I need to say about that. It's just, yeah, Sims on PS2, and I had this really weird case for it. I mean, it's a crap case. It's like, this is what I guess is our version of like the GameStop cases that I always see on like those videos of people getting GameStop games and that. But I don't think they do this anymore. I mean, Game like is kind of like going. It's a surprise that they're still in business. Like our game where I live, we don't have a game store anymore. They're in Sports Direct. And I think that's where most of them are. Like a guy called, his name Mike Ashley, is that it? The guy who like owns Newcastle and that. I think he must have like bought game because they were going under. Like legit, they were going under. They were about to go out of business, but they managed to. They're basically on life support. Is probably the best thing to say. And I guess maybe and it's a shame because you know we need shops like Game, because if we don't have them, then it's going to get a lot harder to buy physical games, and I don't want to live in a digital only future. Next up, another game I rebought this year, Colin McRae Rally 3. I love this game. I don't know why I sold this when I was younger, because I love the Colin McRae games. Like, definitely these early games, like I can't play the newer ones because they've gone way more into being like simulation and that, whereas a lot of these were basically like arcadey stuff. But yeah, it's just really fun sort of playing around in these ones. I'm super happy I found a copy of it again. Yeah, that's all I really need to say about it is, yeah, that's all I really need to say is that I'm really happy to get this game back. Next up, alright, actually a sequel to a game we've already seen here, RC Revenge Pro. See, this is actually a sequel to Revolt. I feel like people don't know this game exists because everyone knows about Revolt, but then I feel like no one knows that it got a sequel. And I think this is definitely a direct sequel. Like obviously it's RC Racing, Acclaim's the publisher and everything. It is a sequel, but like I say, no one ever talks about it, and I don't know why. I mean, I thought it was alright. I mean, I don't think it's definitely not as good as like the PC versions of Revolt and that, but it is fun, and I think it should get talked about a bit more. Like, yeah, if you haven't seen, I would definitely think you should pick a copy of this, especially if you like Revolt. Definitely pick this one up. Wow, we're just blazing through. So last one on the PS2 section is 13. This is the original one, not the remake that came out that no one liked. Yeah, I've only played a bit of this one. It's quite difficult. Like I didn't realize there was going to be a lot of stealth in it, so I kind of struggled at one point, and I haven't played it since. But I love, again, the thing about this game is that the visuals are so cool, having the comic book style of it and all like the whole stuff like that, where you have like the, what do you call that? I don't know. There's a thing you call that, but I can't remember what it's called. But like, obviously, this had a remake a few years ago that was very, very bad. Like, they just changed the art style and everything. So the thing that actually made people like the game just isn't available anymore. And it's like, why did they do that? So stupid. But yeah, the bits I played of it, it's pretty fun. It's pretty decent. Like, I know everyone loves this one. It's definitely is a cult classic. It's why it got the remake. But yeah, if you're going to get it, get the original version. Don't bother with the remake. And next up, we've got my only GameCube game this year. And this is a bit of a holy grail one. I think I mentioned this in my last video about hoping to have this in this year's video. And I'm so happy I did. Because it is Mario Party 7. Yep, there we go. I now own every single Mario Party game. Almost specifically every Mario Party game that matters. Like, I haven't got 10, I haven't got the 3DS ones. All the ones that actually matter, I now own. And I'm so happy to finally get this. I mean, I think this cost me over 100 quid. But it was like, it was at CEX, I saw it, and I had to pick it up. Like, I just had to. Because it's my holy grail game, and I knew that if I didn't get it then, I might not get it. I might not ever get another chance to get it again. I've only played one board of it, but I'm going to wait until I've beaten all the other Mario Party games. Like I played a bit of Mario Party 4 last year. I haven't finished it yet, but hopefully when I finish that, I will then get to Mario Party 7. Like, I haven't played a lot of the other Mario Party games yet, but it's like, yeah, like I say, playing them in order, but it's more of a just getting it so I have it. You know, not having to worry about it not getting it. Because again, I saw it in the shop. It could have been gone by the time I went the next week, so yeah, I had to get it then. Next up, we've got the Wii games, and this first one's a bit of a meme game to get. Wii Play. Yeah, it's mostly for Scott the Woz, because Scott the Woz obviously knows about Wii Play. It's one of his, like, sort of running gag games. Like, I really want to get, like, I've got this now, I've got Cheeky Rubber Zip Flash, I've got Fling Smash. I think the only really, like, running gag I need to get is Magno 8, but I haven't got that one yet, and I'd want to get it on, like, PS3 or Wii or something, because I've seen on, like, the PS2 version, but I don't want to get that version. But yeah, like, so basically what I'm saying, yeah, Wii Play, yeah, it's fine. Obviously, it was only like successful because it came with a Wii remote. Again, funny saying that, you know, not to be sold separately because, you know, I got this in a CEX and someone definitely sold it. But like, yeah, so it's funny because I swear, like a few years. Actually, never mind. I was going to say, like, I thought I'd sold, because obviously I'd sold my copy of Wii Play, so obviously, you know, they can sell it. It's just funny to see all these whole not to be sold separately on here, and then it's very obviously sold separately. Yeah, like. I love his Wii Play video. Almost, I love the ending part of his first one where, like, you know, he finds out it's not to be sold separately and he just gets the bag and he just dumps them all out. Like, just that visual just cracks me up. It's so funny. I love it so much. Scott the Woz is so funny. Like, he is the best YouTuber. Yeah, better than me. No. He's like an inspiration to me. I mean, I don't make videos like him, but he inspired me to actually start doing YouTube because he's like same age as me or something, or like he's like 1 year older than me or something like that. He's around the same age as me, so he was a big inspiration for me to finally start, you know, doing stuff. Because I'm like, if he can do it, why can't I? You know. But yeah, Wii Play, I've beaten it all. It's fine. It's Wii Play. You know what Wii Play is. Everyone owns Wii Play. And last up for the Wii section, we've got Korimpa. This is like a very unique sort of. It's kind of like, the closest I would say is it's kind of like Monkey Ball in a way, where it's like you sort of move the table with marbles and that. I had this game before, I sold it for some reason, so I rebought it again, obviously. And I remember like the early days of Fantasy, do you remember like, I think was it the BitBlock or, you know, Wii Folder or something? Now, you remember those old YouTube videos? I remember they made a video on this, and it was something that I always found so unique. Like, I always loved the look of it, so I was really happy to finally get a copy of it. And yeah, it's pretty fun. I really quite like it. I mean, I've not played a lot of it, but the bits I have played, it's really is good. Really would recommend it. Another one of those like hidden gems on the Wii. Yeah, that's all I really need to say. Again, not a lot to really say. It's just more of just a showing off the games I own and that. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it so far. And next up, we've got PS3 games, and first up, GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. This was the remake of GoldenEye that I think was released on Wii first, and then they made a PS3 version. Yeah, I've not played much of it, I've only played a bit of it, but I hear people don't really like this version that much. I think from what I can gather, it was like, the whole game was like, it was promoted as like, you know, a remake of GoldenEye, but then actually the games was sort of like a pseudo sequel of it, or something. I don't really know. Obviously, like, the big controversy about it was that it's not Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, it's Daniel Craig, because obviously this game came out when the Daniel Craig movies were out. But obviously, and that was a big controversy at the time because people were like, "Oh, with Pierce Brosnan," but it's like, yeah, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I mean, they just want to like link it, and also it probably would have been hard to actually get the rights to use Pierce Brosnan, and it probably wouldn't have been worth it for just one game. So I guess they just felt like it'd be easier to just use Daniel Craig. But yeah, I got to play more of this at some point. But the bits I played of it were fine, I guess. Yeah, not really much else to say. Just yeah, GoldenEye. Next up, another FIFA game, FIFA 11. Again, I've said everything I need to say about FIFA games now. This is just another one for the collection. This is the PS3 game, so yep, that's it. Here we go. Next two are going to be games I rebought. I've had like a game that I rebought. First up, Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe. So yeah, this is a unique game, isn't it? Yep. Remember, this was like a very, very controversial game at the time because it was, Mortal Kombat and DC. It's a weird game when you think about it. I mean, I guess in a way it's kind of like their version of Marvel vs. Capcom, but nowhere near as good. Because like they had to keep censoring all the Mortal Kombat fatalities in that, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. I still like it. I still have quite fun with it, but I know it's not a very good game. I think it's okay. I haven't rebeaten this game yet. I should, but the bits of it I replayed, it's just fine. Yeah, it's not really that supposed to say. It's just I think like most people know about this game and how weird it is and how silly it is, but I quite like it. I mean, in a way, it did then lead to like us getting Injustice, which is pretty cool, and then Joker in Mortal Kombat 11, which is pretty cool. Well, and I think they referenced like this game in like both Injustice and Mortal Kombat, because I think Injustice 1 features Scorpion as a guest character, and then Injustice 2 had Sub-Zero and Raiden as guest characters, and then of course Mortal Kombat 11, as I said, had Joker in it, and they actually referenced this game during like the intros, which I think is really cool. I think it's really fun they did that, because this is technically canon to Mortal Kombat. Like, this is technically officially Mortal Kombat 8. As I said, you've got Mortal Kombat X, which was 10, and Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat before that was 9. So yeah, this is Mortal Kombat 8. This is technically like a canon Mortal Kombat game, which is so strange to think about. So strange to think about it that way. But yeah, I would recommend it just because it's silly fun and I quite like it. Next up, MotorStorm Pacific Rift. Yeah, I used to play this game a lot when I was younger. I have a friend who used to play this game we used to play this game around his house all the time. Again, it's one of the things where like I don't know why I sold it, because I always liked it. But I guess it was just around that time where I was like, I need to start selling games, and I guess I was just like, oh, I'll just sell this one. But I never should have, because this game rules. I love MotorStorm. It's such a shame that this is just one of those this PlayStation franchises that's just dead now. I think they shut down the company that made it, and I guess Sony still own the rights to it, but they just have no interest in making another MotorStorm game, which sucks because they were so much fun. These were so much fun. These were such great little arcade racer games. And that's just something that we need more of. We need more arcade racing games like this. This game is super fun, and PlayStation, if you're listening, please bring back MotorStorm. Please. I love this game. Also, I apologise if you can hear that. It's like, I think there's seagulls outside or pigeons or something out there that's making loud noises. I really apologise if you can hear that. I'll try and edit it out if I can, but I probably won't. So I apologise if you hear that with a noise out there. Next up, the last one for PS3 is Fight Night Champion. So basically, I watched the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois match when that happened, got into like boxing for like 2 weeks, and during that time, I decided to pick this game up. Yeah, I played a bit of it. It's difficult. Like, boxing games are really, really hard. And I think this was like the last, like, I was going to like get all the Fight Night games, but then I was really like, no, I was just focused on getting the one for the moment. And I'm glad I did, because now I don't really care much about boxing that much. I mean, I still do, but like, it was just that one time of like, for like 2 weeks, I was really into boxing. And now I'm like, that's fine. I didn't watch the Tyson Fury match. I definitely didn't watch the Jake Paul match. He can go do one. But yeah, again, I played a bit of this one. It's decent. It's quite fun. I managed to win a couple of fights. Once you learn how to play, it's quite fun, but it's really difficult. Like, really difficult. Yeah, I was going to pick up that new one. Was it called Undisputed? But apparently I don't know if that was very good. I've heard some people were a little bit let down by it. I don't know. Let me know if that was any good. I might get it. But yeah, that's it for that one. Right, next up, something unique. A whole console. Yep, I got a Vita this year. So, the reason I got a Vita was because it's the only PlayStation console I never owned. It's the only PlayStation console I've never played. It's the only one I've never bought. Because I've had a PS1, I have a PS2, all of them. This is the only one I never got. So I was in my retro shop, I saw it, I had some money left over, and yeah, I decided to kind of just pick it up. And I'm really, really glad I did, because I don't play it as much, but it was more of just I really wanted it. It's like, it was just kind of just a complete PlayStation collection in a way. And I got, so yeah, that's all I need to say there. I've got a couple of games for it, I'll just show you now. So first up, Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat game. So this is actually the PS. This is one of the reasons why I really like the Vita, is that these are like full console games that were on the Vita. And so yeah, this is Mortal Kombat, the 9, the reboot, or whatever it was called. Yeah, it's like, I already like this game, and the fact that it plays on the Vita is really cool. Like, it plays really well. Like, it really does feel like, it doesn't feel like they had to like tone it down or anything, because it feels like a proper, like, you know, PS4, PS3 game on a handheld, which is really cool. And also, like, this is also the complete edition, so it's got all the DLC on it. And it's got like extra, like, you know, things that where you can use the touch screen and that. Yeah, it's really cool. I really liked it. I really had fun playing this on PS Vita. Right, next up, again, sorry, FIFA 15, but there's a reason why I wanted this one. So, obviously I'm getting a FIFA on every console and all that. And the reason I wanted this one is because I found out that this is the only, one of the few FIFA games that has no online trophies, meaning that you can get the platinum on here. That this game can still get, you can still get the platinum on this. So, I mean, I've been really into my trophy hunting last year. Like, you'll see that a lot in my games I beat video. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, this kind of broke my rule, because I think this is a legacy edition, and originally I was going to say, like, you know, no legacy editions. I don't want to get any of the legacy editions. But this is like one of those, the one exception I'll make, because you can get the platinum for it. I haven't got it yet. I got a lot of the trophies on it, but I need to get back to go doing some trophy stuff on here. There's quite a few difficult ones, like with career mode and that, but I think I can do it. Apparently it's not hard, and yeah, I really want to get the platinum on here. Next up, this is one's a unique one. Muppets Movie Adventure. But you know, I'll do these two together because they're kind of similar. So it's Muppets Movie Adventure and Phineas and Ferb Day of Doofenshmirtz. So the reason I wanted to get these two games is that, for the simple reason is that it's a Muppet game and a Phineas and Ferb game that was exclusive to the Vita. Like, it's never got released on anything else. And I just find that unique. Like, I love Muppets, love Phineas and Ferb. So for me it was like, well, I have to get it. Like, I have to get these games. If they've never been released anywhere else, and these are the only times... Weirdly, these might have been the two games... These two games were one of the reasons I actually wanted the Vita, was for games like these that were never released anywhere else. You know? So these are like, you know, they're effectively lost, because you can only play them on here. And, I mean, they're not great games. I've played a bit of Muppets and I've played a bit of Phineas and Ferb. They're fine, but there's nothing you would want to, like, go out and play. But, you know, they're just so unique, you know, Muppets and Phineas and Ferb. I really wanted them for that reason. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the only issue is there's no platinum trophy on these. You can get, there are, like, trophies, but there's no platinum. So I will still try and get all the trophies, but, yeah, I just really wanted to get these games. Next up, J-Stars Victory versus Plus. This is another one of these like early Vita games I got just because I wanted some games on the Vita, and yeah, I played a lot of this when I got it, and it's quite fun. So it's like got a bunch of animes on here. So you got Dragon Balls represented, Naruto, One Piece, Fist of the North Star. I think JoJo Bizarre Adventure is here as well, I think. Yeah, there's just quite a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't really know a lot about these. I'm not that into anime. I'm trying to get into anime. I've been trying to get into anime, but like, so a lot of these characters I don't know. But it's still quite fun. I mean, I've got the Dragon Ball Z characters already, so that was good. I mean, it's like Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza are the only Dragon Ball Z characters in here. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I need to play more of it, but the bits that I played were quite fun. I guess the only issue in my thing is it's only in Japanese. Like, the voice acting is only in Japanese, and they didn't get any dubbing actors in, and I guess that's because like a lot of these probably don't have English actors, so maybe that might be something that might annoy some people, but it doesn't really matter too much for me. I mean, it's a handheld game, so I'm probably going to not play it with sounds that much anyways, but yeah, I think this is on console as well. But yeah, it's just really fun. I really recommend picking it up if you like all these characters or have like some of these franchises. I definitely would pick it up. It's quite fun. Next up, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Yep, the old PS3 game got put on Vita, and yeah, it's just really fun to play this big PS3 game on the Vita. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Is like, I think I've probably mentioned this before in my PS3 video, so if you want to see me talk more about this, go and watch that one. But yeah, still fun, and I still like it. I mean, I really would love to see them do a sequel to PlayStation All Stars. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Is that, yeah, that's not that much to say there. So, last one for the Vita is Lego Ninjago. Ninja, I think is what it's called. Yeah. So, I think I mentioned this in previous videos, but I really want to get all the platinums for Lego games. And again, another thing about Vita is that there's a bunch of Lego exclusives. I think there's 2 Ninjago games and there's a Legends of Chima game. So I need to pick those 2 up as well at some point. Yeah, it's actually a fine game. It's okay. I mean, I'm not that into Ninjago. I wanted it for the platinum. Haven't got the platinum yet. I've beaten the game, but yeah, I'm gonna hopefully go for the trophy soon. Like I'll go for more of the trophy at some point. Maybe in a few. I don't know when I'll do it. I just have to remind myself to actually go and play it at some point. Yep. So that's it. That's for the Vita. So maybe I'll get some more games later. I hope I'll get some more games this year, and you can see more of it then.